guys, welcome to this week's video where I wanted to address something that has been in the media recently. Now, as you probably know, if you followed me for a while, I have had a few surgeries. Some of these medical, some of these cosmetic, and something that I wanted to talk about was surgery and aesthetics for a positive change or difference to your life. Now, actually, 9 times out of 10, people perceive surgery in a somewhat negative way. They kind of think of it that you are not happy with what God gave you, with the way that you were born, or how you naturally look. So you are looking to change that to feel better about yourself. Now, this could actually be true, maybe for the majority of cases, maybe the minority. I can't speak for other people, but I can speak from my personal experience. For me, personally, I have used surgery medically. That's how I was introduced to surgery, through having breasts that failed to develop properly to the point that they were deformed, just looking to reclaim a part of womanhood and femininity that I felt that I was personally born without. Obviously, we are all naturally different. We will have these asymmetries to our bodies, which is perfectly human and nothing to be ashamed of. But at a young age, as a teenager, my breasts were different sizes, different heights, different shapes, and pointed in different directions. So it was very difficult for me to be able to wear a bra or clothing because it was such an obvious difference. So I had a medical surgery. All of my surgery has been privately funded. It has never been on the NHS or with taxpayers' money. I had my breast augmentation, which actually was PIP, which is the world's biggest medical negligence case for women, where industrial silicone was used instead of medical grade silicone. And that was a scandal that broke around 10 years ago now. So my chest collapsed, which led to 2 further surgeries on my breasts, which were the removal and encapsulation, and then replacement and reconstruction. So I had 3 breast surgeries by the age of 25, when I should have really only had 1, which I chose to correct a deformity in my natural breast tissue, which failed to develop evenly for me to be able to wear underwear. So my medical experience of surgery was very positive to begin with, creating this balance to my body where I was born with something very obviously out of place. So for me, I was very thankful to have surgery. It was something I looked at very positively. And yes, it did give me confidence. It did make me feel better about something that I was very unhappy with. But equally, had I not have had surgery, I would have continued to lead a happy life. There would have just have been things that I would have preferred to have changed slightly, and that would be the deformed breast that I naturally had. So when you look at seeking to be different, to be happy in yourself, that's where I believe the borders blur slightly, because I wouldn't want to look like a different person. I still want to be me. I still think and feel and live the same way, but aesthetically, some things have been enhanced. But had I not enhanced them, I would still think and feel and be the same way as I am today. So I had 3 medical surgeries, 3 breast augmentations by the age of 25. Then I had 2 laser eye surgeries. This was to correct my vision, as I had very short-sighted, blurred vision. And having babies, as I'm sure mothers and fathers out there may be aware, they pull glasses off your face. So I actually, after wearing glasses as a young mum, and having 2 or 3 pairs broken, it really was not practical with babies around, grabbing them from my face. I moved to contact lenses, and I used contact lenses so that I could see properly without interfering with my vision from babies. Unfortunately, this dried out my eyes, as it's something that can happen to people. You can get dry eyes, which makes contact lenses unsuitable. So I had my laser eye surgery, which didn't change my appearance, was a medical procedure that I again paid for myself. And because I hadn't been to the optician enough to chart the decline in eyesight, because our eyesights will decline our entire lives, I wasn't aware of if my eyes had declined enough for me to have surgery, or if they would continue to decline after. As you look at around every 10 years, your eyesight will worsen, which is natural with age. So they wanted my eyesight to be stable before they did this surgery, but I didn't have the records from my optician to be able to tell me if my eyesight had stabilized for at least 6 months at a time. At that age, at that stage in my life, I was around 24, 25, had 2 children, and everything was blurry. I was getting headaches. I wanted a fix. I wanted a solution. So I had my laser eye surgery, which actually my eyes still were declining, but I didn't realize. And then I repeated that laser eye surgery a few years later, because then my eyes stabilized. So I've had 2 laser eye surgeries. Again, it does not change my appearance. Following that, I went on to have a rhinoplasty surgery, which was my first out of 5 surgeries I'd already had. 3 breast augmentations, 2 laser eye surgery. Rhinoplasty was my first cosmetic surgery, something that I did not necessarily need. Now, actually, as a child, I'd had a corrective surgery to help me with breathing. I had adenoids removed, which are in the back of the throat, and I'd also had a mole removed from the heel of my foot because it was very large and rubbing. So I'd had previous medical treatments. So at the age now of 25, 26, 27, I was very much used to hospitals and didn't see it in a fearful way. So when I considered nose surgery, I actually had a bump on the bridge of my nose, just here, which felt very masculine. Sorry, I've broken some nails where I've been decorating, please forgive me. It felt very masculine having this bump here. My Hungarian heritage kind of, you know, it's natural to look that way. I didn't want my nose to look any different. I didn't want them to touch my nostrils or to make it stick out more or less. I literally just wanted this small bump here to be a slope. Instead of protruding, I wanted it to slope. So the only part of my nose that was changed physically on the outside was this here, a 1 centimeter space where a bump was removed from that. Actually, that was amazing medically for me because it corrected my deviated septum, which is the internals of the nose, and they were all twisted up, and my breathing was very shallow because of it, and I've always had breathing difficulties in life. So medically, that was incredible after my nose surgery, and something that really benefited my quality of life. I could run at the gym so much faster, train harder, recover quicker because of the aerobic capacity they gave me, which was amazing. So having that positive experience, becoming a professional bodybuilder, getting my pro card in 2017 at the age of 30, I believe I was then, was a really, really great life experience. Looking at my body aesthetically in a bodybuilding way, you look at balance, you look at bringing height and length to the body balanced by the width of your body. So again, it's down to the aesthetics. So my next surgery, which was an aesthetic surgery, it wasn't medically necessary, was to have buttock implants, a BBL. Now, a lot of girls had had BBLs for fat transfer, for weight loss surgery, to resculpt their body shape. I had it for the opposite reason, with implants instead of fat. I wanted to gain body mass, to gain weight, because naturally I am just a plank. I'm very much up and down. So to have curves, to bring balance and to not be top heavy, I then had buttock implants, the BBL surgery. I had the smallest implants possible, so the very smallest change that you could detect, to the point where people actually say, I don't know if you've had a surgery or not, you know, it's not in your face. A lot of girls that have BBLs want to totally resculpt their body shape. They want to deal with weight management, or they want a very protruding Kim Kardashian buttocks. I actually didn't want that at all. Through bodybuilding, I had a very angular, hard buttocks, and I wanted the look of body fat, because when you train, your body fat reduces, you lose your breasts and your buttocks to bodybuilding, because that's where you are round as a woman, that's where your fat is stored. So being very healthy, being a vegan, training at the gym 5 days per week, there was no way I could naturally have more than what nature gave me. So I had the smallest available implant put in under the muscles of my buttocks, which just balanced out, stopping me from looking like a lollipop, so from being top heavy and then a plank elsewhere. And I absolutely loved it, I adored it. Moving on from there, I then had problems with my immune system, which came out in the media that there was breast implant illness, or BII, which is a very big thing right now, especially to do with the PIP case that I'm going through. And they actually said some of these breast implants have been used to cause cancer and can cause abnormal tissue to grow around the implant as your body fights it as a foreign object. And the brand was called Allergan, or Allergan, however you pronounce that. And I didn't know which implants I had at that time, but I was very poorly, my hair was falling out, I was very weak, I lost all my strength, I was constantly tired. Despite leading this healthy, active lifestyle as a bodybuilder, it was like somebody took a battery out. I was just broken and constantly struggling. I couldn't understand it, and I thought to myself, could it be that I have these cancerous implants? Obviously it's a possibility. Back in the day, you know, all these years ago, people didn't say the make, model, number and size of your implant. They just told you what your cup size was upon completion, and that was all the information you needed to know. So the medical industry is catching up with that. As it turns out, I had a replacement surgery at the end of 2019 for my breast implants, which was my 4th breast surgery, and they were the cancerous implants. So after I recovered from that, my immune system booted right back up and I'm healthy and happy once more. So the other surgery that I actually forgot, which was in between those, was another medical surgery, but is very commonly seen as a cosmetic surgery, was a designer vagina, or labioplasty as it's medically known. And that is because I developed cysts through friction whilst doing a charity bike ride, and my doctor actually said to me, the only way you will be without pain is just like a male circumcision to remove excess tissue. So men go through these procedures without batting an eyelid, whether it's through religion or personal choice or health reasons. It's very common for a male circumcision to happen, to take place as a child even, before you fully understand your own body. So to talk about the female circumcision, to talk about our rights and choices over our bodies, I lived until the age of 30, not knowing that genitalia should not hurt you. I think a boy complaining of painful genitalia would have been circumcised almost at school age, but for a girl it's very taboo and not spoken about. So I had a designer vagina surgery, labioplasty, for medical reasons, to reduce the tenderness of very sensitive excess bodily tissue, just before my 30th birthday, I believe that was. It's hard to remember them all. And that concluded all of my surgeries. So in total, I've had 2 laser eye surgeries, a rhinoplasty to take just the bump from my nose. I've had my teeth straightened with adult braces. I've had 4 breast augmentations, only 1 through choice and 3 repair. I've had labioplasty, which was because of painful tissue, and a BBL for implants, not fat transfer, to gain body shape and size, which was personal choice. So I've had a few surgeries here, and I think the common misconception is to say this person has body dysmorphia, this person is so miserable with their life, they hate themselves so much and feel so ugly and unloved that they feel the need to be a different person, to be what they're not, to change themselves. And that's a perception and a stereotype that I would really like to change personally in social influencing, in the media. You do not have to be miserable or very unhappy with your life to want to treat yourself well. Now, when you look at common everyday aesthetics, we look at hairdressers, you know, dyeing your hair, choosing a different colour, having it put into a nice cut instead of, you know, long and lanky. Men shaping a beard instead of leaving it wild. Ladies having their nails done, apart from if you break them when you're decorating. Deciding to have a spray tan or fake tan, which I don't do because I can't keep it even. Going to the gym to tone up and feel good and have energy, to lose weight perhaps. Buying nice clothes that fit well and feel good and make you stand that little bit taller. Buying designer shoes or expensive underwear, something that you feel proud of, that when you put it on, you pump your chest out and you just feel a little bit better about yourself. We can do this in many different ways. It can be doing a hobby that we love that makes us feel good. It could be going on holiday, booking something we can look forward to. It can be taking pride in our appearance, self-grooming, self-love and understanding. Or it can be something such as aesthetics, which are very common today in Botox, lip fillers, anti-aging, chemical peels, ways to improve your complexion, to reduce spots and wrinkles, and just feel more groomed and polished and looking your best. Because your body, mind and soul are very much intertwined. And when you feel good about yourself, your mindset changes. You give off a good energy, you feel more positive, and you're more welcoming and patient towards others. When you're having a bad day, bad hair day, every day at the gym, I'm sweaty hair, you might not feel very confident in yourself, you might close off your body language, you may feel insecure and avoid eye contact, and everything changes about you because of how you feel. So when you love the skin that you are in, it doesn't mean that you cannot make changes. It doesn't mean that you can never cut your hair or go from blonde to brunette, or try suddenly dressing in a different style, following modern fashion, or having your own unique twist on things. Really, we should be able to have body confidence and body freedom to be able to say, how I looked in my 20s isn't how I'm going to look in my 40s. You don't have to stay dressing the same way, doing the same things, liking the same things. Life is a journey of growth. And actually, when I look at surgery and aesthetics, the majority of my treatments have been for medical reasons, as I've stated. But I have then gone on to make cosmetic choices, something that I didn't need, that with or without it in my life, it would be no different, but something that I wanted to do for myself. Not because I was miserable and depressed and sad and hated what I saw in the mirror, but because I love myself. Because I think when you accept who you are and you treat yourself well, you deserve to look and feel your best. And I'm not saying people that haven't had these treatments don't look their best, because it's how you feel, not how others perceive you. And actually, from 100 people that could watch this video, one person might find me appealing or attractive, and 99 might not. And that's absolutely fine, because I'm not looking to attract or appeal to other people. I'm just living my life in the way that makes me happy and how I feel the most me. So, maybe when I'm 50, I'll want to have black hair. Maybe when I'm 60, I'll take all of my implants out, which are breasts and buttocks. Maybe at 70, I'll have a facelift. Who knows? You don't know, and I don't know, because the future hasn't happened yet. And the way that we view things, our needs and wants and desires change, as we grow and understand ourselves and the world around us. Fashion also changes. People are looking at how they are happy to live as individuals rather than cloning everybody else. And when I look back at pictures from my childhood to my early 20s to my early 30s, I still see me, but I see different versions of me. So I may have fuller lips, straighter teeth, a bigger cleavage, but ultimately I see me. Everybody has their own choice. Everybody has their own journey, and we shouldn't be influenced by others to be what we're not. So my recommendation to people looking for surgery is to do so with love, to do so from a place of happiness, and to know that no matter what you do to your body, whether it is good or bad, it will always be your body. So if you want it, have it. Do so safely, do your research, and know what is involved. Hence why I write blogs and YouTube series about the treatments I have, so you can understand, warts and all, blood and bandages and gore, exactly what you have to go through to achieve point A to B. And if it's for you, wonderful. Make up your mind in your own time. Don't be pressurized by others. If it's not for you, at least you understand why it's not for you. So basically, my advice to anybody who thinks that surgery is a dark, dangerous hole that you fall down through depression and mental health issues and body dysmorphia, just like alcohol. You can party in a sociable way, or you can become an alcoholic. With surgery, you can celebrate a way that you feel great and happy and uplifted and in love with yourself, or you can have a way where you are never happy, when nothing is perfect, nothing's ever good enough. So use life in a way to understand yourself and explore, but also recognize when you are being unhealthy. And I think having that mindset of being able to see both ends of the perspective here, the spectrum, to be able to say, okay, if I was upset with my own appearance, I shouldn't change my appearance. I should change my mindset first. Likewise, if you love your appearance, nobody needs to change, but you can say, I love my appearance. Because I love myself, I'm gonna have my hair done. I'm gonna put on my favorite outfit, and I might go and have some Botox. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It just has to be an individual thing. So the way that I look at it when people say negative things in the press, that I've had all this surgery, spent all of these thousands of pounds, hundreds of thousands, you know, oh, she should look better for doing that. Oh, what a waste of money. She needs a refund. She's not even attractive. I'm not trying to be different to who I am. I'm just living in the way that I choose to do so. I'm happy with my results. I will always continue to age. In years to come, as I say, I may remove breast implants or buttock implants. I might have bigger, I might have smaller. It really is an individual choice, and we shouldn't be as shallow as to judge others on their appearance. I think the people that do that, especially online, are those that are very deeply unhappy in themselves, and really what they need to understand is the difference of self-love, how that can bring positivity to your life and allow you to make healthy choices rather than dangerous and disturbing choices. So I hope you found this informative. I hope it has explained my views on plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery and aesthetics. From my perspective, I see this in a very healthy, happy way. I feel that we should all take better care of ourselves, put our health and our happiness first, and do what makes you happy. However you make that your reality, do so in a positive, loving way, and not through sadness and misery and depression. If you feel that you bring this negativity to your appearance, then deal with this in a mental health way rather than looking for a quick fix or the perfect body or the perfect, beautiful face. Because that's where there is that disparity. So until next time, thank you for joining me. Take care of yourself, be kind to yourself and others, and I will see you all soon.